said that this nurse's extraordinary compassion and clinical skill exemplify the kind of nurse that our patients, their families, and our staff recognize as an outstanding role model. That this person consistently demonstrates innovation, collaboration, accountability, respect, and excellence in all that this nurse does. This person was working with the patient and rooming the patient, doing all the normal things we do when we room patients, and measuring the child's length, and all of a sudden the child, yelled. And so this person said, doesn't seem right, and was pretty concerned about that. And so the nominee stopped and assessed what was going on with the child and talked with the parent, who talked about this particular child's diagnosis and situation and history of what had happened to this child in a previous clinical experience where the child suffered a broken bone, right? And so that's why this child had such a reaction. And so this nurse was just really concerned about this and really kind of sprang into action to say, well, what could we do to help this child and these parents in this situation? And so this nurse went forward and said, what can we do? And so worked with other people to decide on a best practice alert for this child, so that any time the patient's seen, this alert pops up and it clues in all of us as to things that are appropriate to help take care of this patient and make sure the child is not so scared of what, from that prior experience. And so that is really what this is about. So when you look at what we do as nurses, right, we advocate for patients, we connect with patients and their families, and then we look holistically to say, well, what could we do to improve the situation for, in this case, a child? And so this nominee did exactly that, right? Nobody told the nominee to go forward and make this happen. The person just took it upon themselves. And so when the committee reviewed all the nominations for the month that came in, this particular one was head and shoulders above the rest. So I just want you to know that. And so we think it's totally fitting that Darlene Moorland is. So we've got a variety of things in store for you. Okay. So congratulations. What you did really made a mark on the patient and the family members there. And it's exactly what we do as nurses, and exactly at Iowa what we do, as nurses, right?
And Ellen's going to tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely. So Darlene,
go stand
I
up.
can tell you a quick background here. So she graduated from Kirkwood Nursing Program in '07, worked in dialysis as a PRN floor nurse at Marengo for about 5 years before accepting a position at the adult outpatient dialysis clinic at UIHC in 2012. Darlene enjoyed working dialysis and was a respected, appreciated member of that team. But fortunately for us, she decided to have a change in her career and apply for a position here at our clinic. So we welcomed her to our team here December 2nd of 2019. Yay. In her personal time, Darlene enjoys the outdoors, flowers, spending time with her family and friends. She's actively involved in church, and fun fact, she loves monster trucks, but would like a real one, but does not enjoy the shows. Her occupations before nursing include a florist, a receptionist, and an insurance agent. And I just mention these because Darlene has the amazing ability to take lessons from each experience she has and use them to grow professionally in some way. So she's taken that creative spirit of florist and used it to fearlessly approach challenges. She finds the creative and effective solutions, as this story demonstrated. She used the insurance agent skills to know the importance of accuracy in work and details and building relationships. And the receptionist job helped her to develop excellent customer service skills. So all this she brings to nursing with her. as a good nurse does. Every experience you can grow from. Her professionalism, nursing education, and experience combined with this ability to harness the value from any situation, or as she famously says and leads us to choose joy, and apply it to achieve good. And this has contributed to making her an amazing nurse and role model that she is today. This positive outlook shines through in her daily performance and has allowed her to have an incredible impact on others, and is no doubt the reason she is receiving this much-deserved Daisy Award today. So congratulations, Darlene. It's an honor to work with you.
And a little bit about the Daisy, she can tell you as she gives you each of the.
We have a lot in store for you.
Yeah.
All right. So it's nice to get back to hugs, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. Well, you've got more in store today, I imagine. Right now. All right. So bear with me because, you know, the Daisy Award is a national program, right, that recognizes nurses. And so we follow what the Daisy Award Foundation, the Daisy Foundation wants us to make sure we communicate to everyone anytime a person receives the Daisy Award. So bear with me because I've got some things to read because we want to get it right and represent the Barnes appropriately, who started this foundation. So first, I want to talk to you about the Daisy Award and the Daisy Foundation and how all of this got started. So the Daisy Foundation was established in 1999 by members of the family of Patrick Barnes. He was 33 years old and died of complications of the autoimmune disease ITP. Like many families we see every day who go through this type of horrific loss, the Barnes family wanted to do something positive to honor the very special man that Patrick was. So as they say, over a very liquid dinner, right after Pat's death, they came up with DAISY. And that is an acronym for diseases attacking the immune system. As they brainstormed what the Daisy Foundation would actually do, they kept coming back to the one positive thing that Pat held on to, and they held on to during his 8-week illness, the extraordinary care that he and they received from Patrick's nurses. The family, just a second here, these always come in handy. Here we go. The family was impressed by the clinical care Pat's nurses provided, but what really overwhelmed them was the compassion and kindness that his nurses brought to Pat's bedside day in and day out. The nurses' sensitivity made a great difference in the Barnes experience, and they wanted to say thank you to nurses for the extraordinary care they provide to patients and families every day. So Pat's family created the Daisy Award for Extraordinary Nurses. What started out as a thank you from their family to nurses has grown into a meaningful recognition program embraced by thousands of healthcare organizations around the world. And we at University of Iowa are very proud to partner with Daisy as we have you as an extraordinary nurse here. All right. So we have a certificate. We have a lot of things for you, okay? And so one of these is a certificate, right? And so this will be yours to keep, obviously, but it says that it's given to you in deep appreciation for all you do, who you are, and the incredibly meaningful difference you make in the lives of so many people. There you go. All right.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lily's part of our team. All this was because of our teamwork for this award. So.
Well, sure. Absolutely. You've got a great team. So you're making them proud. I can tell by the looks on their faces. All right. Now another thing we have for you. This is a Daisy pin, and this is yours. Okay. And so there's a story behind this too. There's a story behind everything. Okay. And so when Patrick was in the hospital, his stepmother Bonnie noticed the great tradition that nurses have for pins. So they created this Daisy Award pin for you to wear, and we hope you will wear it proudly. Okay. And so there aren't many people who have those, so I enjoy that. All right. Oh, you're welcome. All right, now I have another thing. Now this is really neat. Now this is for you, and there's a story that goes behind this. This is called the Healer's Touch sculpture. Okay, so that is yours to keep. So it's called the Healer's Touch. What a perfect representation of the bond between nurses and their patients. These sculptures are hand carved by artists in Zimbabwe, and each piece is signed by one of the many Shona artists that the Daisy Foundation supports. You can see. As you may know, the economy and the politics of Zimbabwe have been in turmoil for decades, and the artists are able to support hundreds of people and their families with this work and making these sculptures. So, when you get a chance in your busy day or night, take 5 minutes and go to the daisyfoundation.org website, and you'll find a video of the two artists who helped make these out of serpentine stone. And so the Daisy Foundation feels that nurses are reaching around the world and impacting the lives of these special artists, and the artists are filled with gratitude to nurses for the work that they do. Yeah, that's really neat. Yes. So there's some additional benefits. So we're going to give you a gift bag. It's right there on the floor, but I'm not going to make you hold it right now because you've got a lot already. But so let me tell you about what's in your gift bag. There is an insert highlighting the many benefits and opportunities you receive as a Daisy honoree. So some of the benefits include the opportunity to apply for certification, and then you're eligible for the Institute for Healthcare Improvement Daisy Award for Patient Safety. And so you can go in there and look at that and go online and see what all of those benefits are. All right, so this is going to be good. I'm going to get some but you're not going to have to hold this because it's just really big. But your friends are going to love you for it. Okay? So we have a box of cinnamon rolls. So let me talk to you about why at a Daisy Award ceremony we present cinnamon rolls. Okay? There are several reasons why the Daisy Foundation asks that cinnamon rolls be served at Daisy celebrations. First, when Pat was ill, he had lost his appetite. One morning, he asked for a bite of cinnamon roll that his dad had brought for his own breakfast, and he ended up eating the whole thing. So his dad, Mark, had mixed emotions about this, but was glad Pat was finally eating something. And that night, as his family was leaving, Pat asked that they bring him a cinnamon roll the next day, and to be sure to bring in enough for all the nurses on the unit. Those cinnamon rolls were Pat's thank you to his nurses, and the foundation wants all nurses to share in his favorite treat as a gift of gratitude to you today. The second reason is that nursing is a real team sport, so we've never seen better teamwork than what we see among all of you, and you just talked about that. So the cinnamon rolls are to celebrate your team and to give you all an opportunity to stop for a few minutes and share something special together. So finally, almost without exception, when a nurse receives the Daisy Award, the humble response is, I didn't do anything special, I was just doing my job. And what the Daisy nurse may not realize, however, is that when nurses are just doing their jobs, they have such an important and meaningful impact on the lives of so many people, many more than their patients. So that is why Daisy asks that cinnamon rolls be shared at every presentation. Their message is this: whenever you smell a cinnamon roll, whenever you taste one, whenever you think of one, or even if you're baking with cinnamon at home, please remind yourself of how very special you are. When you are just doing your job and not doing anything special, you are making a positive difference in a patient and their family's life. You are making the world a better place because you are a nurse. And we at the Daisy Foundation salute you and honor you. So please enjoy these cinnamon rolls as Pat's gift, and everlasting thank you for being a nurse. You are truly very, very special people. Thank you.
Okay, Daisy. Yes, and then, just so we can announce it to everyone and not just your team, on it for a month. So everyone knows.
Thank you.